Sige, quick reaction, sir, sa naging ruling ng impeachment court regards of judice.
Yeah, of course, we'll respect the ruling of the presiding officer. No? And as to whether yung question mo kanina, am I going to stay as a legal spokesperson, that's something that we'll probably discuss later and decide as a team. No? But one thing that I could say is perhaps we need some clarification regarding the order, no? Because it sounded like it was an absolute prohibition to talk about matters that may touch on the merits of the case, no? But there's clear exemption, no, to that sub judice rule under jurisprudence, which is the doctrine of true, fair, and accurate reporting. So meaning, if you're just, for example, quoting what has already been stated by the witness in open court, and if you talk about it publicly, that should not be a violation of the sub judice rule, even if it will already touch on the merits, because you're just relaying what was already stated on the record by a witness. That is especially true with regards to impeachment case. Everybody's watching this live as it happens, right? It's recorded, it could be watched in YouTube, everywhere. So the damage or the evil that the sub judice rule seeks to prevent, will not be violated. It will not happen if counsels or spokespersons will talk about the same matters in an accurate and fair manner. So again, as to how it will affect us, of course, we have every intention to respect and abide by the ruling, but that's something that we need to determine. We're going to wait for the written copy of the order so we could properly study it and see if that is the implementation that the presiding officer intends, no? With respect to the sub judice rule. Of course, we hope the impeachment court will not be even more strict than regular courts. No? Regular courts allow this exemption, the doctrine of fair and accurate reporting. So we're hoping, since this is both legal and a political function, that is being exercised by the impeachment court, I hope it will be more liberal in the application.
Sir, with the reading of the ruling kanina, masasabi niyo po bang mas mahigpit pa ito sa regular courts?
I don't want to say that. That's why that's what we've been saying, that we hope it will be more liberal, no? And it's not going to be more strict as to how courts apply the sub judice rule. That's why we need to go over the order of the court once we get copy, and then we'll see, how we should, what's the correct interpretation of that rule. So, yeah, because it's very important, that we're able to continue to communicate to the public in a proper and fair and accurate manner.
So, another over-judicialization na naman.
Please don't get me in trouble, no? But again, I get that's the final thing that I could say about it. We'll have to evaluate it. We hope it won't have the effect of being a gag order against all of the members of the team, and both for the defense and the prosecution.